Greetings ladies and gentlemen, this is Sliced Lime and I'm here with a bit of a different video. Earlier this week, Mojang announced that they are changing the license agreement for Minecraft. It's an interesting thing, and this affects anybody who potentially runs a server and makes profit out of that, or anybody who makes maps or runs a YouTube channel. Both of those last ones, of course, affecting me personally. Now, let me just say that I am not hit very hard by this, basically because I don't charge money to make advertisements based on Minecraft. It doesn't affect me that much, but it affects large parts of the map making scene, a scene that had sort of just started to develop, commissioned the maps that we've seen with the Heist, for instance, and with some high profile YouTube stunts based off of Minecraft lately. Anyway, they've updated the text, and I figured what we'd do is go through the new text and just analyze and sort of try to spot what the problems are. Now, there's two categories of problems here. One is that you don't agree with the change that they're making. They're essentially banning commercial use of Minecraft, so to speak, to promote products that aren't related to Minecraft. The second problem is one that I've actually been asked by some of the Mojang people to feedback on, and I gave them this feedback, but I figured, hey, I can share this with you too, so you all know sort of what I think about it and sort of what I've told them as well. And the important part of this is that this is about feedback to where this license agreement doesn't make sense, where it's unclear, where it's confusing. So that's the majority of this video, although we'll get back to some of the arguments against this whole thing at the very end. Anyway, the new text isn't all that big, as you would guess with legal agreement. It is building promotions with Minecraft. Corporations, businesses, advertising agencies, non-profits, governments, and other entities may not use Minecraft gameplay to promote or market unrelated brands, products, campaigns, or services. And then what follows is a bunch of specific examples of what you can and cannot do. But the main text of this is actually that one sentence that I just read. So we're going to break that apart into small pieces and analyze the problems with them from a sort of clarity point of view. Now, keep in mind, I am not a lawyer, so don't take this as some sort of legal advice, but as somebody who is affected by this and wants to sort of understand where my limits are and what I'm allowed to and not allowed to do. Basically, as a community, we're looking for very clear guidelines, and I don't think that these are very clear. So let's start. Corporations, businesses, advertising agencies, non-profits, governments, and other entities. So this appears to just say everyone to me. Is anybody excluded from this? If you're not a corporation, business, advertising agency, non-profit, or government, then certainly you are another kind of entity. You are something. You are someone. Either you're just a person or you represent some form of other entity, whatever that may be. So this first part appears to just say everyone to me. So if somebody's not included in this, then that needs to be specified, because currently other entities covers everything. And if not, then this shouldn't be a big line of things. Maybe it could be any entity and then in parentheses the whole list of things. Now let's move on. May not use Minecraft gameplay. So, first question is, if this includes video of the gameplay, that's a different thing than the gameplay itself, and it should be clarified. I believe it does, but it should still be clarified. And the next section. To promote or market unrelated brands, products, campaigns, or services. Now, there are two problems here in this tiny little section. What exactly is a promotion? So what does it mean? Like, if you sell something, it's reasonably clear what that means, but what does it mean to promote something? Like, just mentioning something in text could be seen as a promotion. But then there's the other end of the scale, which is like a massive billboard, full screen thing, and voice screaming out the name of the product or whatever. Like the full TV advertisement deal. The second problem here is what distinguishes whether a brand is related or not. So you can't market or promote unrelated brands. But how do I know if my product or brand is related? So without knowing that in advance, it's impossible to judge whether something would be allowed. Anyway, let's run some examples through this before we move on, just to sort of set up why this is so unclear. So let's start with me as a personal example. So I run a YouTube channel, and this makes ad revenue. It makes a tiny amount of ad revenue, but it does make ad revenue. So clearly it would count as a business, and even if it didn't, it's an other entity. But it's also very clearly a brand. The whole Sliced Lime persona and channel and identity and intro and, all this whole package of Sliced Lime is definitely a brand. Now, am I allowed to make a map promoting the channel? In a common sense kind of way, this channel is related to Minecraft, since it runs Minecraft content and, I pretty clearly make Minecraft stuff. But in a business kind of way, the brands are strictly unrelated. I could never claim that my brand is related to the Minecraft brand. In a court of law, I don't think that would be a valid relation, really. I don't think I could come there and claim, oh, I just happen to be doing some Minecraft stuff, so it's related to Minecraft. I don't think that would hold up. So if it's a related brand, for whatever reason, and however I would know that, then it's fine. But if it's not, then how much am I allowed to put of Sliced Lime into a map and still have it adhere to these rules? I can't promote the brand Sliced Lime. But what does that mean? Can I put in my name in chat saying this is a map by Sliced Lime? Can I put in a link to the channel? Can I put in a sign with my graphics on it, pointing to my Twitter account and the channel and stuff? I have no idea where the line would be drawn then to where it starts becoming promotion rather than just, the credit of the map. Okay, so that's one example. Let's move on. So, as a YouTuber, let's say a corporation approaches me to sponsor a certain Let's Play series. So then the question is, am I allowed to say, this video was sponsored by Corporation XYZ? Or this series is possible thanks to the sponsoring of XYZ, so thank you to them. There's an example that clarifies this to some degree, and it basically says you're allowed to make ad revenue off of YouTube videos, which, I guess it's a good first step. You may pay to advertise your business in an advertisement window within a Minecraft video. For example, by displaying a banner ad or by selling your ads on YouTube where they may be shown in connection with Minecraft videos uploaded independently by players. So that leaves it entirely unclear whether I'm allowed to make sponsored videos where the sponsoring is explicitly done but not directly included in the gameplay. It's a voice on top of it, it's something else. It appears to me that the intention is that it's supposed to be allowed, but the text actually says that it's a requirement that the ad be in a window. And that's a very big limit. So does that window have to be square? Can I have a round ad thing on the video? All of those questions. Okay, so let's move on to map making. So as a map maker, corporation comes to me and gives me a license to a software tool, which is a really cool tool. I can make really, really nice things with it. So I can use that to create a spectacularly well-made map. So for instance, I get something that makes me... So for instance, I get a tool that lets me make really nice textures. Now, am I allowed to list this corporation in the credits for the video, or is that promotion? Am I allowed to list the tool in the credits, or is that promotion? Am I allowed to include a link to the tool, say, hey, I made this using this tool? That is completely unclear. It could be allowed because it's directly involved in a map, but it could also not be allowed because it's an unrelated brand. Again, completely impossible for me to say in advance, and I need to know this stuff in advance, because basically otherwise I could get sued. Not that I think that they ever would, but the point is, the whole point of a legal agreement is that both parties should know what the deal is, so that nobody has to sue anyone. So let's take it a step further. As a map maker, my computer breaks down, and then a corporation comes around and gives me a new computer, and that lets me finish the map. Am I allowed to include a thank you note in the map to this corporation, or is that promotion? Don't know. Here my guess would be no, but I'm not sure. And let's take a final example. As a map maker, a corporation pays me to make a map. Now, can their name be listed at all in a pretext, like Corporation X presents? Can their name be listed in the credits? It's an interesting distinction because in several other contexts, like including the Swedish state media, which is forbidden from making any kind of ads, they still have sponsored programs. They still have, like, this broadcast from the World Championships of blah is sponsored by coffee brand or whatever. That's something they do, and it's not in that context counted as advertisement. Alright, so basically that's the feedback I handed off to them, saying that this is completely, like, unclear. I have no idea what I'm even allowed to do. Like, if you take this to its very limit, it's not even clear that I'm allowed to do a Let's Play on my YouTube channel and include my channel branding. It's pretty obvious that they want it to be allowed, but it's not, like, from the text of the legal agreement obvious that it's allowed, which is weird. So I really hope that they clarify this a lot. Anyway, moving on from that, like, there's a whole secondary issue of, is this a good thing? And that you could argue back and forth about. Obviously, this is going to have the effect that less really high quality maps get made. That's the direct consequence of this, because people were pouring in money and willing to pour in money because Minecraft is a widespread thing. It appeals to people all across the globe, across many age segments, and it has a massive reach. So corporations, nonprofits, and all of those things listed were willing to pay money to have high quality Minecraft maps made. Now, I definitely understand why Mojang has a problem with this, because say there was a big, like, McDonald's promotion inside of a Minecraft map, it's not that far-fetched to then draw the conclusion that that means that Mojang has somehow endorsed McDonald's. So that part is pretty obvious, but there's the flip side of it, and that is, one part is that the less maps will get made, which takes away some quality from the Minecraft community as a whole. Like, I don't agree with the kind of doomsday prophecies that have been thrown around about this, that this will mean that less players have nothing to play and so on. That's just not going to happen. But there are plenty of really, really nice things that could happen in Minecraft that are explicitly disallowed from this. For instance, there are several museums that have recreated their entire, like, museum floors or parts of their exhibitions in Minecraft and then distributed that for free across the world. Now, those will fall under non-profits or governments, depending on the structure of depending on their ownership structure or whatever. Doesn't matter. It's definitely not allowed because you're basically recreating the whole museum. That's their entire brand. But then it is, to me, 100% obvious that allowing that to happen is an incredible benefit to the education of the world, the knowledge of people, and the culture. It just has so many benefits, and I'm sad to see an agreement be put in place that limits that. I can live in a world where corporations can't promote the things they sell through Minecraft. I can live without McDonald's inside Minecraft maps, even if that means that we lose the heist that had the whatever game band thing in it. But I'm really sad to see such a large part of cultural value disappear from the Minecraft community. But as I said, the biggest problem with this agreement is that it's completely arbitrary and it's impossible to know in advance if your things are indeed allowed or not. So yeah, there were supposedly some discussions around this at Mojang. I don't know, I just handed them this feedback and I haven't heard anything about what the result is. I hope the result is something changes. Who knows? We'll see, I guess. Regardless, I hope you found this rant interesting or somehow helpful. And of course, I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this whole license change. So leave a comment in the comment section down below. And that'll be it for this time. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Sliced Lime, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.